Here we go again.
All right. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Dad's a Gamer back at it again, episode 2. Again, just want to let everybody know, since we are Dad's That Game, we're just going to talk about certain topics coming from our point of view as being a gamer and a dad at the same time. Again, my name is Saint Villa or Steve, with my guy here, Rico Bambino. So we had a little time to look at the Xbox showcase, at least half of it. So we're just gonna talk about like the first few games up until like Flintlock. Then after that, we'll talk about cover the rest of the games in another video. So let's get to it. All right, Rico,
Yes, sir.
what did you think out of the games that you looked at? What game stood out the most for you?
To be honest, man, whew. See, I wasn't ready for this question. I was ready just to talk about each and every game, but
Oh, we're gonna talk about every game, but I just want to know
oh,
from everything you saw, what stood out the most.
because I already know the game is just a DLC, like an additive. It was Sea of Thieves, man, and I know that you may not agree with that, but
Okay,
I
I
really
wasn't
loved
expecting
that
that.
game when I played it. I really loved it, and I still do. If I can play that game with others that actually love the game as much as I do, I think that Sea of Thieves DLC that comes out July 25th, that's an expansion pack. I made sure I wrote that down, like when it was coming out. So July 25th is when I'm in there. Now maybe I need to find some new friends on the game with Steve and Joe and everybody else don't want to play with me or something like that. But oh man, like just give me a second to ooh, Fallout 76 stood out to me.
Really?
Yes, and also I think that State of Decay 3 also stood out to me as well. No, matter of fact, like the first game of it all, and I just put fire. Now, matter of fact, this was like the first game I think that I seen. It was Doom: The Dark Ages, and
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like that the game was fire. Like I looked at it, and everything that was going on with the game to me was just fire. I like the environmental settings. I like it was kind of open that when you did make kills and things, it was kind of rewarding because of how everything just happened. So Doom to me was one of those games that I just put fire on my paper and like yeah, like we gotta write these kind of things down because there was so many games with it that you have to write down on what game and then how you really felt about it. And I just put fire. So I feel like that Doom: The Dark Ages was like one of those games to me that probably stood out the most, and that was about I want to say that was the first game.
Yeah. No, I think honestly for Xbox to put out, well, I think it was like I think they started off with Call of Duty, but then they went straight to Doom. But I think for them to do that, that's how you open up a show.
Yes.
Like I ain't even gonna lie to you, the best part of Doom to me when they showed this man with a daggone chinchilla coat on.
I
I said,
thought the
how you
same thing,
coming?
yo. You stupid
How you
cool
coming
right
in and
now,
killing
bro.
people with a coat on like that, bro? I
He
was like,
was super
what the
cool with it on. Listen, I get it. That's probably what you know what I'm saying gravitated my likeness to it. The man with the chinchilla coat on. I mean, that was just that. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, the game was just. I think that the game had something for everybody and not just myself. A lot of these games that we are about to speak on, it's just my opinion. But when I put fire for that game, I think that it has something for everybody.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Have you played any Doom games before?
I haven't. I've seen the gameplay. I haven't played any of them though.
But this game, looking at that trailer, made you want to play it.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. 100%.
And you know, honestly, I think you probably would actually like that game. I mean, it would be different for you, but it still is like a first person shooter though.
Okay.
That's like one of the original like PC games that came out with that. But I think you would enjoy that game. All right.
Yeah.
I know I know you didn't get a chance to watch the direct for Call of Duty. So for Black Ops 6, but looking at that at the trailer just in general, what are you thinking compared to the Call of Duty that you've been playing?
So everybody is fixated on all the Modern Warfare games, including myself. Now, the Black Ops game go off in the 1990s,
Yeah.
which I'm familiar with. I'm a 1990s baby. Um, I can relate to the weapons that's in the game because I've seen it growing up either in person or on video games. And with that spectrum of it, it's not too futuristic and it's not too old like you're playing in a Cold War kind of a game, like a back up in the day like World War I game, that where you got the old guns that don't have scopes on it and things of that nature. It's just right there in the cusp, I feel like, of where they need to have a shooter game like this, which is the 1990s. So when I seen that it was in that realm of time, I feel like I'm gonna be more drawn to it. Even with 2000s babies, like they can kind of relate to the 1990s. You know what I'm saying? They kind of got things from us, of like a learning curve or whatnot. So when you are still looking at things that are on social media, that are the guns, the gameplay, you are kind of 1990s and on forward, if that makes any sense. So I think it has something for everybody as well, man. I'm just hoping that they're not gonna come with like superpowers and things of that nature, man. I just want a regular shooter game that feel realistic, you
Okay.
know.
All right. Well, what about? Because they did announce like the wave based zombies mode coming back. Are you going to be jumping into that, or are you going to stick with like the regular gameplay?
It all depends. If I can find people to play with on the zombie mode, I'm gonna definitely be in tune with zombies. Me personally, I love any kind of zombie game that give me a good environmental feel. You have your Resident Evils, right? Like Resident Evil. Some of them, it's like you enclosed in the map and you just have to just go forward. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got your rocks, you got your buildings. You can't go in there in one of them. You can't go over the rocks or anything. You just have to go forward. And some of the Resident Evils, you actually had like a open world environment. Those are the kind of Resident Evils that I love. I'm a zombie game, a zombie movie, a zombie fanatic. I just love that kind of stuff. Um, it all depends on how they make it, man. I don't want to feel like I'm enclosed and then I'm just on a map and then I have to just run around. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. It all depends on how they make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can think back, I know you used to love playing, or at least when like a while back, we used to always get it in and playing zombies. Which Black Ops did like the best job with zombies that you can remember?
Maybe Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2. Okay.
I want to say probably Black Ops 2. That was more when they was getting into it. You know what I'm saying? So even though you was enclosing the map, all of them you were enclosing the map. Besides Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare got zombies the way you can get infected as a player and then you can run around the map. It's almost like a what do you call it? The open world with the Warzone. It's almost like Warzone.
Oh, okay.
So
So
that's
you can
how
get
Call of
affected and affect other people?
yes. So
Okay.
somebody's a zombie starting off, And when they get a hold of somebody, yes, they can kill that zombie, and then you come back as a zombie again. But it's all about who's the last to get infected. And it's on a war zone map that's just so open and so big. I would have put it that this Call of Duty got it, but that's not really the zombies that we're talking about. We're talking about like the zombies that kind of move slow that you can just pop noggins off. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get your gun, you turn around, you got zombies behind you, they're trying to swipe at you, and then you just knocking them off. This one is the players are the zombies, and you're the player with the gun as well. So, um, they did a great job with it. Don't get me wrong, but if we're talking about the actual zombies, I think that um, Black Ops 2 did the best with that. You know, with the
Okay.
zombie gameplay. That's
I
the
think
one
I
that I
vaguely
gotta
remember
say.
that.
Yeah, when you got the ray gun and all that stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
that's one to remember. You
Right.
know.
Right. Yeah. Did they have a snow map on that one?
No, it
No.
was
Okay.
more
I might be
like
thinking.
you in a building kind of deal, and then you gotta board it up and stuff, and um, you can go outside, but it's like you gotta open that kind of thing up. You gotta get your money up, and then you gotta open up like a new section of it to keep advancing forward to
Okay.
get to the the mystery box.
I got you.
Yeah.
I remember playing one where it had like a snow map and like it was it was a boat that was out there somewhere. Maybe that wasn't Black Ops 2, but anyway, all
I
right.
know the one you're
So
talking about, but I don't remember which one that was. I can just remember Black Ops 2 was, I think, uh, memorable for me.
right, okay,
Yeah.
and no, I take your opinion like over mine on that because you're used to playing zombies more than I was anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess overall, looking at from what you saw for Call of Duty, what would you give that out of 1 out of 10?
So I don't like to go off in cinematics. I don't
Okay,
like that. That's what
good.
I
Neither
do
do I.
have with a lot of these games. It's a lot of cinematics. I don't like to go off cinematics. Cinematics always try to sell you, and then when you actually play the game, it's not nothing like how the cinematics was.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I
so
agree.
I can't really give a judgmental number on it, but if I did have to give anything, I want to go ahead and give it a 10 until it proves me wrong. You know, so I'm not gonna give anything a lower grade that I ain't never played yet. I want to go ahead and start off at a 10. Then when I start playing it, then I give my rating. Okay, the cinematics showed this. It it looked great. That was a 10. But then when we started playing it, it was now a 6, maybe a 3. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? So
I get that. I guess we're kind of both different a little bit because you start off at a 10, and when I look at a lot of like cinematics with games, if it has a lot of cinematics and like really no gameplay,
mm,
I'm automatically like 6 or 7. I'm like, cause you're not
correct.
showing me the game.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how I
And they
feel.
do
Cause
that
I
for a
want,
reason. They do that
yeah,
to sell you, and they sell it to dummies that don't know that cinematics actually exist. They think that that's the actual gameplay, that you're actually moving like that, like your character is moving like a dude in real life, and really
right,
you're just robotic playing the game. You know what I'm saying? So
right. And matter of fact, that's a perfect segue actually, because the next game I want to get into is State of Decay 3, which I've been waiting for this game for a while because they first showed us this like 4 years ago,
yeah,
and this game had a lot of cinematics, bro. I don't know if like and it was very hard to see.
okay,
It was like maybe 3 seconds where to me it seemed like it was showing you gameplay. Where when the lady was like shooting one zombie and then like switched and shot another one, but like as soon as it did that, it went straight back to like cinematics, and I'm like,
yeah,
you done had 4 years,
yeah,
like can you show me some gameplay, performance? How does the
Right.
game run? You know what I mean?
Um, with
And
what
that's
I
me.
put with that, yeah, like with what I put with that, I said, great game, and then I put no dot dot dot. I forgot what that meant, but then I said cinematics too much would kill the game.
Right.
Too much cinematics, and I really put that with a lot of these games that was coming out because they're not really with some of the games actually show gameplay and it looked
Right.
really good. But
Yep.
then it's cutting to cinematics again that where it's just like it's killing me off for that.
Right.
I don't want to play a game like Assassin's Creed, right? You
Uh
got
huh.
Assassin's Creed, great game, man. That way you can drop down, kill people, be silent with the thing. But some of it, when you have to do a mission, it was too much cinematics. If that makes sense. It was just too much of it.
No, that makes perfect sense. So I guess did it make you? Because I know we played State of Decay 2. Does that make you? Good night, baby.
Ooh, what's that?
There's a gamer. There you go.
See?
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead and sleep, bro.
Hey.
I'm bringing a tablet.
And that's what it's like to be a dad again.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, going back to it, we played State of Decay 2,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like if you go back to it and comparing that game to like games now, State of Decay 2 is clearly, in my opinion, like not up to date at all.
No.
Like graphic wise, gameplay wise, performance wise, it's not.
No.
Seeing what they put out, does it give you any hope that it might be good? Like, are you excited for it? What do you think?
Well, games that's coming out later this year and also 2025, it gives me hope for all of these platforms, to be honest. Not even just Xbox, like PlayStation, PC, whatever. Half of these games I never even heard of, Steve, to be honest with you. And
I
it's
mean,
just
like
like,
specifically, like State of Decay 3. Like, well, what do you think
oh,
about?
I just said let us play. You know what I'm saying? Skip the cinematics. Let us
Right.
play. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I put for this game. Like, if it looks how they were showing it, then yes, I'm all for it. I would definitely buy the game. I would spend even on the bundle pack if it's $100. Yes, of course I would. But I also put let us play. Skip the cinematics. I don't need all of that. I don't want any of that. I want a
Right.
good zombie game that if I am performing a finisher move, like yeah, like it can be cinematic when I'm doing that, but don't have so many cinematics to where like you making the game look like something, but then when we actually playing it, it look cartoonish or it just look
Right.
whack. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right, we got Call of Duty, Doom, State of Decay. I think the next one was I think Dragon Age.
Dragon
Now,
Age, yep.
I've never played Dragon Age, but it
I've
it
never even heard
looked
of it.
pretty cool because you got like a whole bunch of different certain type of characters that do different things. Well, and I'm pretty sure that probably is like a single player probably. So what did you think? Did you care for it? No, not something you play. What do you think?
I said too cinematic. That's what I said with the game, and then I said I don't think the game will perform as expected when people start playing. Like you're being lied to with the cinematics.
Right.
I think that when you actually play the game, it's not going to be as expected. Dragon Age, that's not a game I would actually cop. It like it looked good, but when it's too cinematic like that, like you can't even enjoy it. It's almost like you gotta press triangle X, left bumper, up on the right stick, and then now you get this cinematic thing of you performing something on something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I don't like games like that. I want to be able to go into it, really doing my own thing, like freelancing. So
Just have like a free
whatever I
roam.
well, not even free roam, but it just seemed like one of those games you gotta press certain buttons when you get up to something, and then it performs a kind of cinematic duty, and
Oh,
then you
okay,
get
I
like
got you.
this movie perspective. You know what I'm saying? If I want to watch a
Yeah.
movie or a TV show, I'll just go downstairs and watch it. I don't want to do that with a video game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want the you tell me what buttons to press.
Okay. I got
That's
you.
what I got from that game. It was just way too cinematic.
All right. So now the next one that came out was supposed to be like Xbox's
Shattered
like
Space.
big, yeah, for Starfield. So Starfield supposed to be like the biggest thing for Xbox, at least when it came out last year. Like supposed to get people getting in, jumping into Xbox, selling consoles. It won't. It was okay. It wasn't really all that when it came out, but they did put an update out because they it came in at 4K 30, right?
I
What?
yes, listen. Yo,
What?
listen. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I'm laughing at myself right now. Steve, I literally read what I wrote, and I'm writing things as it's happening. So I don't even know myself. Like I'm now reading it. I said, not a new game, but new DLC, still whack. I literally put that, bro. Like, I don't even know the game. And you even said that it wasn't good earlier. So when you said that, and then I'm reading with what I put, I said, yeah, still whack. I said trash. Bro, literally, trash. Trash. Like trash. you know, so it's like I said too cinematic, not enough gameplay for action. Like I mean, I don't know. I've never played the game, but you even said it was horrible at the beginning, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
I
it,
heard that.
yeah, I mean, it definitely was not good. And now with the new generation consoles, like you hoping to get like at least 4K 60, right?
Yes,
60
at least.
frames.
Yes.
Yeah. So when it came out, they focused more on, I guess, visuals. So they went with 4K 30.
Okay.
I mean, for people that don't really care about frame rate, I mean, I guess that's pretty good. But me personally, I like frame rate, so I
I
want to
do.
make
Yeah,
sure.
I love frame rate.
Yeah, so I want to make sure, like, when I'm looking around, it ain't nothing jittering. Like,
Yeah.
it's stable. But
Uh,
recently, they did put out a patch that made it 4K. I mean, they made it 60 frames.
Okay.
And Shattered Space is supposed to be like a new thing to prop it up as well. Which, and personally, I kind of was liking it because like the vibe of it gave off like a dark vibe.
Okay.
So
Was
that's
it
what
too
I
cinematic? Like, was it cinematic?
actually something like a lot of the stuff in it was like in game engine. Or if you see some stuff it'll say in game engine.
Yeah.
And I personally hate that a lot of times because you really don't know what the devs mean by in-game engine, basically.
Right.
Because, like you said before, the game could look like this, and it definitely could not look like that.
Right.
But I do know, like with Starfield, a lot of stuff they were showing is like in-game what it actually looks like, though. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna cop it when it goes on sale. I mean, because I don't have Xbox Ultimate. I just got Xbox Core, so I can't download
Game
it for free.
Pass. If you
Yeah,
tell me
it's on Game Pass.
download the game, okay, but this DLC, I won't download this one. I mean the one that's out right now. I'm talking about the new
Yeah.
DLC. If it come out on Game Pass or something, it's for free. Then yeah, I give it a shot. But as
No,
it
I got the
stands and
perfect
what I
game.
looked at, no,
Hmm.
it's
No,
terrible.
I
It's
got the
horrible.
perfect game for you to play. That's a single player story driven game.
Okay.
And this is off topic because that ain't no game that's on this list right here. But
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you played Grand Theft Auto, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you like first person shooters, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know you heard of Cyberpunk, right?
Yes.
Okay. And just when that game came out, it was horse crap when it came out. So bad that Sony actually took it off their charts where you couldn't even buy the game.
Oh wow.
But that's because they were trying to put it on all the consoles, like the Xbox One console. That's
I
that's
heard
what.
so much good stuff about Cyberpunk, bro.
No,
Like I
it's
heard
it's
so
good
much
now.
good stuff about
It's
that.
definitely good now. Like after when it because that game came out a while ago, but after it took about 3 years,
Mhm.
and they came out with a update. Game was phenomenal now, and then they came out with a DLC called what is it? Something Liberty. Daggone, I can't remember what the name. Something Liberty,
It's
but
like you in New York or something, right?
uh, not. I mean, I
Manhattan.
guess I guess their own. Well, it's like their own New York, but it's called like Star City or something like that. I can't remember,
Okay.
but you should give that game a try because
I will.
it's a first person shooter. You can run around, do whatever you want, similar to Grand Theft Auto. But I really think and it's story driven, so you would. I think you would like that game because the decisions that you make in the game actually matter. So you can play it multiple times and get different things happening each time.
I heard so much good about that game. Even though you talking about it right now, I heard a lot of people tell me, yeah, I should give Cyberpunk a try, bro.
Yeah,
I
if I was
will.
you, I would
Okay. All right.
at
Okay.
least. I would say at least play 3 hours of it.
Okay. Some of these other games up on this list, though, I've already heard of that I would definitely give a try.
All right,
One.
which one? Which one?
All right. So, Fallout 76, Skyline Valley. I said great game, open world, very environmental. I feel like that's what Fallout showed me.
Okay,
It showed a little bit of the gameplay as well, so therefore I felt like it was open world and very environmental. That's why I didn't get this cinematic view of this game. I got the actual gameplay
right.
with what we seen, and that right there, Fallout. I done heard a lot about it from our cousin Sean. I heard a
Yeah,
lot about it from you. Um, I think it's just a new DLC, or is it just a whole new game like how Call of Duty has come out with a Black Ops 6? I don't know, but this would be my first time playing it because I will cop it, and I got that up on the list, and I will get that game just to try.
okay. Well, I'm tell you the good thing about it because most of the other Fallout's are single players, but Fallout 76 is actually
Mhm.
multiplayer, so we all can play together.
Yeah, speaking my language. I don't think I need to know, brother. You ain't said nothing but a word. You know me and the single player games, which
Right.
gang, Dad's a gamer gang. I would like y'all to know that I don't really play single player games by myself. Simple fact is, I like to have something that I can share with somebody. Um, that's just me. Not saying I won't ever play a single player game by myself because a lot of these games up on here, yes, I probably will buy and play by myself. But I'm more of a multiplayer kind of a guy. I like to share things with friends, family, such as Steve. Um, so that's just who I am. So negate anything that I'm saying about any of these games that you guys actually like, and I'm just saying it's too cinematic. It's too cinematic for me that I feel like it's not a multiplayer game. Get like game and game. So at the same time, like you don't have the multiplayer game that where you can share with anybody. You will have to just be there playing it by yourself. You're not gaining anything. If you have a multiplayer game, that means that you can actually share with somebody close to you, and hopefully it offers that. And that's just me. But yeah.
I get that for sure. I do, and I ain't gonna like. Because like when I first started playing games, like I would play story driven games, but then like once Halo came out and then Call of Duty, then we all started playing together. Like so I kind of like drifted away from story driven games. But like recently, I know I was telling y'all I got back into playing story driven games. So that's why I was telling you Cyberpunk. That'd be like the perfect one to start off with.
No doubt. Like I said, I'm not against it whatsoever. Maybe if I get a good one up in my hands, I would definitely be drawn to it. You know,
Yeah.
it'll be one of them things that I feel like, yeah, I checked off my bucket list that I felt like I would never do, but then I actually done it.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold you to it. That game is really cheap right now too. So hey.
Yeah, I'll be on it. Trust me, I'll be on it.
All right. So it said Fallout 76. What about
Expedition 33.
yeah.
What did I say about that? I
And
said
now
it was a must
showed a lot of
have.
gameplay. This game showed a lot of gameplay.
I said it was a must have. I said great graphics, fiction, but environmental. Great game. That's what I said. I said fiction, but amazing. Environmental, great game. That's what I said about this one. I think that, matter of fact, when you asked me earlier, I even circled it and I put like a bunch of like arrows on the top and stuff. Like I circled it. That was the only one that I did that one with. And that one right there stood out to me the most. To where,
Really?
yeah, I don't know why, man. I seen dude going around with a big axe in his hand and he grappling a man's head and then popping it off. And then he turned around with a gun the next time and then he's shooting people. Like, bro, it was like, it almost felt like a zombie game with the people that was coming after him. I don't know what the game purpose is, but the gameplay that I've seen, I'm just like, yeah, I was hooked. I just said a must have. Like, you even see it right here. I said must have. That was
Right.
it. Yeah, that's a must have. Great game. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that was the game that stood out to me the most, to be honest. And then we was talking earlier, and I ain't even mentioned that one. So yeah, I really did forget about that one. But that's a must-have game. I think that's the one that stood out to me the most, other than Sea of Thieves, because that's a game I already know. And if I can actually get the guys back on board with Sea of Thieves, I think that's a game that I want to play
Okay.
and
All right.
really do something with.
All right. So I just thought of something. Have you ever played like games that I know you have played story driven games before, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever played one that is like what is it? Like turn based? Like you do something, like you do an action, you attack somebody, then the computer takes their turn and they attack, and then you go back and forth doing stuff. Have you played one like that?
Yeah, that's more like the Final Fantasy kind of deal that I used to play back in the day that I kind of freaking hate. But it's almost like Pokemon as well. I even had a Pokemon game. Like you attack and then the opponent got a chance to attack. Or that's almost like Yu-Gi-Oh! I even had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game.
Right.
And I get it that we talking about apples to oranges because that was back then and then we're talking about now. I haven't played that kind of game no time recently. I did like those kind of games, but that was like my childhood, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm one that I have to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit there and wait.
Right.
And just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens. Like, what is he gonna do now? Like, you know, but
no, I'm gonna tell you,
that I won't get up into that, but I just haven't been up into that kind of game really.
Right. Now I'm gonna tell you something that stood out to me about that game is because I don't know if you ever played an old game on PlayStation. It's called Legend of Dragoon. That sound familiar?
Heard of it? Yep, heard of it.
Okay.
I haven't played it though.
So that game is similar to Final Fantasy, but they had like a unique spin to it where you actually have to, when you have a turn to attack somebody, you have to engage where I'm just gonna say, for example, they have like different attacks that you can equip to each person.
Wow.
And let's just say, for example, which I don't even know why I remember this, one of the attacks was called double slash, right? So when you attack, you run up, but like a box appears and you have to press X to get like a perfect or a good, right?
Yeah.
And if you get a perfect, you complete the animation and do another attack with it.
Okay.
So when I was watching Expedition 33, I don't know if you noticed, but some boxes popped up asking you to press a certain button to do more damage. And I even saw like when the computer was attacking, it even had like a box come up saying dodge.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that stood out to me. That even though it seemed like it was gonna be turn based, but if it has those features in it, I mean, you're gonna get more activity into it instead of just like sitting back waiting though.
Okay. Okay.
What up?
He said what up?
Hello.
Dad's a gamer.
Man, that's what it's like being
He
dad
just
again.
told me good night. Good night, dude.
Good night.
See you in the morning.
I like the pictures.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, appreciate it. You'll be ahead tomorrow. Yeah, so that's very rewarding when you still have the opportunity when you're doing things to press another button to make something else exponential happen. That's fine and dandy, man. That's almost like, you ever played a baseball game?
Yeah.
You know how
And I
like
hated it.
yeah, you know how like you got your
Hated it.
pitcher's box and then like you get it right where somewhere and then you have to
Right.
press another button and then just to get it right to hit the ball, like it almost feels like that, man. It's like you're waiting on something for you to get rewarded for it.
Right.
Even Elder Scrolls don't give you that. Like Elder Scrolls don't give you that wait for me to wait for the enemy to attack, therefore you can attack, and then therefore you do something else strenuous. That game is a lot more complex than where yeah, you can do your dungeons, you can do your raids, you can go out there freelance, and like they have such an open world with that game that you don't have like you can dodge attacks, like it'll tell you to press X because something is attacking you, but at the same time you can maneuver and then still attack back and then don't have to wait. So yes, I mean I'm fine with games that you do have to wait for attacks and stuff and then you have to press certain buttons, but it doesn't give me no kind of gratification.
I
That's
got you.
just me. I'm
Yeah,
not
and turn based is definitely not for everybody. That's for sure.
correct. Like I'm just one that don't like to sit back and wait on a game to feed me some kind of information for me to receive it and then for me to get back to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I don't want to be told when to press a freaking button. Like if I need to know when to do it, then I just need to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in Call of Duties and stuff. Like if I see a guy sniping, I know I need to duck behind a box if I ain't got a sniper rifle. I got an SMG in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do my own thing. I don't need it to tell me duck, hold B to crouch down. Like, no, bro. Like, we're not doing that. So it's just like I like games that you just do your own thing, man, and then make it happen for yourself. And
You don't want it just a little bit?
not even a piece. Don't tell me nothing. Get on my screen, bro. I don't want to see none of that. Look, I don't even want to see it on a brand new game that I know nothing about. Let me figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Dang. Okay.
Like it'll freeze the game. Let's say if I am not playing multiplayer or anything, it'd be like a single player game, and then the shit just pauses, and then it'd be like press B to do this or press start to go here, and then look through your stuff, bro. I don't want to keep clicking buttons, bro. Just let me play the game, bro. Just let me figure it out.
Hold on. All right. So you tell me if a game does that, how close are you at to turn the game off?
Oh, it's a deal kill for me, man. If it continues like I give it a chance, but if it just continues throughout the game, then yeah, man, that's a deal kill for me. Remember that Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned that on and I turned it off damn near immediately, bro. Like it kept telling me, like it kept stopping me in the middle while I'm running or going somewhere, and it's just telling me like what to do. I don't like that. Let me figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And I know Final Fantasy is complex. Like I know some people get it, I don't get it.
Right.
Like a lot of people wouldn't get Elder Scrolls, but I get Elder Scrolls. Like Elder Scrolls ain't like that. Yeah, you can go talk to vendors and stuff, but Elder Scrolls ain't gonna stop you mid game and be like, yeah, press B to dodge, press A to jump. If you want to go to your start menu, press the middle button on your controller. Like it don't do that, man. Like, yo, Final Fantasy gave me that, and it just made me feel stupid. Like, I literally lost brain cells playing that game.
Now, I will say, I don't know if you remember, like when you first started the game in Elder Scrolls, they did have it where like they'll show the button, tell you what to do, but they didn't stop you though. Like the game kept going, and it just had to come
It
up.
might have been up on the it might have been up on the side or something like that. Yeah. But the game kept going. It didn't just like pause the game. Like Final Fantasy will pause you like mid run, like, bro, what are we doing here? Like I get it. Like yeah. It's not really a big deal kill as long as it don't continue to happen, because then therefore we going back to the full cinematic games, bro, that I just want to stay away from.
I got you.
A lot of people like story modes, and you know me, Steve. I'm one that y'all be like, yo, did you know the story mode of Destiny? No. I didn't look at none of it. I hopped in the game and I wanted to kill something. That was it. I mean, I don't know what Destiny's about. I don't know no backstory to it or anything. I should, but it's like, man, I just want to go ahead and get my gratification out with games. And a lot of people are like that. And a lot of people actually want to see the cinematic stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not one of those guys. I don't care about that. Just let me see what the gameplay has to offer me. I don't owe the game anything. I don't owe the game to watch that. I owe, like, the game owed me to play it.
Right.
You know, so therefore I'm going ahead, not wasting no time of mine when I can be doing anything. Shit, I can be outside cutting grass. You know what I'm saying? But I can't cut grass if I'm sitting here looking at a daggone 20-minute trailer. You know what I'm saying? On a game, like, show me what's going on with the gameplay, but then cut the cinematics, which I know is kind of hard for games to do, but I know what Call of Duty is about. You know what I'm saying? I know which war that is. Like,
yeah, no, the devs can definitely cut a lot of the cinematics out. I think, me personally, I think some devs might be a little scared to put their like gameplay out, and they just rather put a cinematic out to get you like hyped up.
Yeah.
And then when you buy the game and get into it, you be like, what is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be, kind of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that's the good thing of having like Game Pass. Like for a lot of people that just want to try out different games or whatnot. And I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of these games, like at the end, it said like play it day one on Game Pass. Like, what do you feel about it? Because that just allows you not to have to even pay for the game. So what do you think?
What, for games that are coming out that's on Game Pass?
Yeah. Well, let me ask a more precise question. Do you think like Game Pass is helping Xbox grow, or do you think it's like hurting them at all?
I think it's helping Xbox, but I think it's hurting a lot of games, because if you guys tell me to, and look, and I see Flintlock on Game Pass, coming to Game Pass right here up on my screen, like literally, and Flintlock is the last game that we was talking about. When I see a game on Game Pass, it made me feel like it's just super cheap. Just don't even waste your time on it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And there's a lot of good games on there, but I just don't give a chance with games that I know that I done paid for. That's I feel just in my
Right.
heart, and it's not
Right.
even like it's just my opinion, but it's not even right. That I feel like it's better than games that's on Game Pass. Like it's just Game Pass games is like if anybody can get their hands on it that pays for Game Pass, which is pretty cheap, it's like why am I wasting my time playing that? I want to play something upscale. It's not
Hmm.
like that I'm too sedity for any kind of game, but it's just like Game Pass to me offers games that
Kind of like double A
bro,
games, not like triple A games, right?
correct. Like it's almost like arcade games. You know,
Right.
like where you can just stick a cord in there and then you can play real quick. That's what I be feeling about Game Pass games. But they're not all like that. We've actually, you and I both played some Game Pass games, and they was awesome. Like we still play them to this day. Like what was the one? Dead by Daylight.
Yep. Yep.
That's Game Pass.
Hmm.
I mean, we would have overlooked that game because it looked so cartoonish, but that game is so fun, and like I know Game Pass got a lot of games that we just don't know about that we just overlooking. And I'm not gonna even say we. I know that you probably don't overlook all the games because you are on Game Pass as well. Me myself, I overlook those games. If y'all don't tell me about it, I don't go find it on Game Pass. And I got Game Pass, and I pay for Game Pass, and I ain't got a single game on Game Pass. Downloaded up on my Xbox right now. It's just like I should be
Right.
giving it a chance, but then I don't, man.
Well, all right, because that gets to another point. Let me ask this: like, do you have Netflix or like
Yes,
Max? You do? Okay.
I got
Um.
Netflix. Yep.
Okay. When you look at Game Pass, do you get the same type of feeling like when you go to Netflix? Like it's so much where you know it's good stuff up there, but you just like it's so much I don't want to pick anything, and you just get off of it.
You know, Netflix got so many bad movies as well. So it's just like
Right.
Netflix is like my last go to. I would rather do Amazon Prime and Hulu is right next to Netflix, but I mean I would pick Netflix over Hulu, but I usually go for different movie streaming deals than Netflix. I'll go to Netflix last.
Okay. Well, like besides like whichever streaming service that you prefer, right? But like when you go into the streaming service and you see like so many things you can choose from, like is it easy for you to choose something?
Nah, I know I'm
Or
about to pick a whack movie.
okay,
I
because
just know it's about to be whack. It's on
right,
Netflix.
because I don't, I guess like, and maybe this is like a mental thing, but I feel like some people that use Game Pass like it's so much on Game Pass,
Hmm.
and like you don't know, like a lot of them are like indie games like Double A and maybe a few Triple A games, but you don't know if they're good or not. So I feel like when you look at them, you just kind of like it's so much you get overwhelmed. You're just like, all right, I'm not gonna play anything.
Correct. And let me tell you, my wife, and then this is just off topic, but we're talking about Netflix right now. I would literally ask my wife to watch something with me. I feel like we done seen every freaking movie there is on mankind. The best, the whack, the whole nine, bro. And I feel like that every time I go to Netflix, I'm about to play something whack. It looks good on the cover,
Right.
and then when I play it, it's almost like a movie shot at the house kind of deal. You know, so she hates that, and she calls me out on it. Here you go playing these whack ass movies again. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, yo, you act like I know what the movie was gonna be about. It looked good to me on the cover, but it's like one of those things, man, that where like I don't want to scroll through Game Pass, be taking
Right.
up gigabytes of data on my console, not knowing what it's
Right.
gonna be about. So yeah, so basically, like, well, what you're saying is true. is so much on there that you don't want to pick the wrong thing because you're gonna
Right.
get disciplined for it, taking up gigabytes.
Right.
Or maybe I have to delete something because right now up on my Xbox with the 1 terabyte, I barely have any space left to even be downloading games.
I got you.
If I didn't buy these high value games that take up so many gigabytes, maybe I would be up on Game Pass solely, knowing I can still play online and then just be trying games out. But when you
Okay, so all right,
fill it up,
good. All right, that's a good. That's a good point because you feel like the games that you pay for are like exceptionally better compared to like Game Pass games, right?
It might be mentally there. That might be mentally how I feel. It may not be it may not be the truth. I don't know.
But you know what? I don't think you're the only person though. I think a lot of people feel like that though.
Maybe, yes. Steve, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got Game Pass and I pay for Game Pass monthly. And I don't have not one Game Pass game, and I can't even tell you the last one that I've had up on my system besides
Well,
Dead by Daylight.
I know the next Game Pass game you're gonna have
What's that?
is Black Ops 6 because that's coming day one.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I already see it right here up on the coming soon. It's the first one actually to the left. What is that game up in the middle right there? What is that?
I don't know. I can't see your screen.
Monarchy, Age of what? Oh shit. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it all the way over here. So Black Ops is down right there on Game Pass. Coming soon, Black Ops. What is that? Age of?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but then now right there is Flintlock. You see Flintlock and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, the one up in the middle, it look like Age of something. But yeah, so
Like,
I do see that.
But matter of fact, speaking, hold on. Have you ever played? All right, never mind. You already talked. We talked about Sea of Thieves. I think like the only ones we got left is like South of Midnight, World of Warcraft, Metal Gear Solid, and then Flintlock. Man, just by the how you laugh, I can tell. Like the rest of those games, you probably like, shit.
Yo, especially with Metal Gear Solid, like you gonna really get a kick off and on, bro. South of Midnight. Well, South of Midnight, I said great graphics, too cinematic for me though. I said for those that like cinematics, this is the perfect game for you. That's what I said about that one, South of Midnight.
Okay.
World of Warcraft, I said Addison's dad. And then I put ... And then I put cinematics. I said looks cool. Coming to console, which is already on console, ain't it?
What's that?
World of Warcraft.
No.
Okay, so yeah, look, I put coming to console. I have to sit and wait, like take a look at it, like you know what I'm saying, to reevaluate. Right. But I did put Addison's dad. You see that right there?
It's a dad.
I don't know, like that's the only way that I know the game is World of Warcraft is Addison's dad. But actually, I spoke to Addison this morning.
Hold on, just for the people listening right now. Who is Addison and who is Addison's dad?
Addison is my cousin, and we all grew up together. Addison is actually Steve and Joe's cousin as well, which is who you're looking at right here up on the screen. And we grew up with Addison. He's a very close friend of ours, very close cousin, where we call each other friends and cousins and brothers and all that kind of nature. But anyway, his dad was a big gamer as well. And his dad always used to play World of Warcraft. Anytime I came to that man's house, he was on PC playing this game every day. No matter what day I came over, that man, like if he was home, he was in that computer chair playing that World of Warcraft. And I never understood it. but I do now. Because we're dad's a gamer. So I'm up here playing my game, and my son might not understand it either. Like, but anyway, but yeah, so that's who Addison is, guys. For those that don't know, man, a close cousin of ours. Like I said, I just spoke to him earlier this morning. Um, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Bro,
Why'd you just huff and puff?
I had to even throw the paper down. I hate games like that, bro. I ain't even fucking flex, y'all. Like, I hate stupid, sneaky games that you just gotta sneak around the whole freaking time. Like, I get it. That's what Metal Gear Solid was back in the day. Hey, you remember the thing that when you get caught, what was he like? Snake! Snake! You remember that? Like, bro, I swear I hate games that you just have to be sneaky, bro. Just let me play the game. Like, let me shoot whoever I want to shoot. Like, let me get a nigga in the chokehold or body slam or whatever. But don't penalize me for making a little piece of noise because I stepped on something. Like, I hate games like that, bro. Metal Gear Solid, not on my list. I would never buy that fucking game, guys. I'm gonna let y'all know that, and I'm sorry for cussing. But that just made me so mad when I seen that game. I said, yeah, they really coming out with another Metal Gear Solid. And it was more sneakier than before. Like, come on, bro. Like, yo, did you see it? Steve. Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna play that game. I wouldn't even think about playing that game.
Do you understand what I mean, though? Like,
No, I get it for sure. Like,
that made me so mad, Steve. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kept trying to fast forward on my phone, but then it was sending me to like a whole nother like section of stuff. So I was like, I can't skip over it. So, bro, I literally had to sit there and get abused by it. Like, I hate games like that you have to be sneaky the whole time. It takes, man, you really have to have patience. If you're a puzzle player, if you like puzzles, then that might be the game for you, but it's not for me. I don't have that kind of patience, guys. Like, that just pissed me off, though, with that Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I won't. No, don't buy it, y'all. I'm telling you. Look, even if you like puzzles, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't even touch that game. Let the sales go down. They won't never make another Metal Gear Solid. So just leave that game alone.
All right. All right, well, we can, like, it's almost time to wrap up, but out of the game, because we only talked about half of the games that they showed on the show, but I guess out of the first half, Rick, what are you thinking? Other than Black Ops, which one do you think you might try out?
Expedition
if any?
33, man, most definitely. Expedition 33.
Okay.
The Sea of Thieves. I still see people on my friends list playing Sea of Thieves. Whether y'all want to get back in tune with it or not, I think that might be a game that I want to play. I just love that environmental setting, like the water.
Yeah.
Like that game, man, I swear, it's like they put so much time and work into that thing that, yes, it looked cartoonish, but when you out there in the water and
it looks good.
It looks good. Like it's like I feel like I'm out there. Like I feel free. You know what I'm saying?
You feel like a pirate, right?
I feel like a real pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you have your ship out there, and then you got other players that you see out in the distance, and they coming for you, you going for them. It's just like very rewarding. That where you have to go downstairs and patch up. And you have to put your sails and your anchors and things, and man, you can just do so much with that game that we just don't understand. That I feel like that people take it and it's unappreciated. So, Sea of Thieves is definitely one. I'm gonna get that expansion on July the 25th. I made sure I wrote that down. Flintlock, I said cinematic, but the game seemed very graphic and enjoyable. And I like zombie movies and games. So it's like Flintlock look like it's that kind of deal. I love zombie stuff. A little too cinematic for me. Hopefully it's not as cinematic. Hopefully you can actually play the game. But if it's too cinematic game, if you're not, I mean, if you're somebody that actually has a family, like a dad, a gamer, and you have time or you don't have time because you got to spend it with your family and whatnot, then cinematic games is not the way to go. Get something that you can get that quick fix in with your gameplay and you can actually enjoy it instead of watching cinematics. You might as well just watch a movie if you want to watch cinematics. So for me, being a dad, a gamer, I like games that I can hop in. Everything I do is my movements, and I see it play out in real time instead of it being a movie like XYZ, press XYZ, up, down, left, right, and then it go to a daggone cinematic. Like it's, I don't get no enjoyment with a movie scene playing. Let me watch the movie. Cut straight to the gameplay. We can wrap it up from there, bro. Hey, your mic. Cut your mic on.
My bad. Appreciate that. But no, I do have some disagreements, but we'll get that on the next episode. But we're about to wrap up. Call it quits for this episode. We just want to say again, Dad's a gamer. This is just our opinion as what a dad that plays games, how we feel. So if you agree, leave something in the comments. If you don't agree, hey, leave something in the comments. We definitely probably gonna disagree with you anyway, but I love
and look
my wife.
But you gotta read in between the lines.
Okay. All right, but
I still do love my wife though.
Right. Well, this is Steve signing off. Rico Bambino. Catch us again next time.
Yeah.